My name is Emmanuel. I'm a contractor with Sunny Day Roofing. We're here at 722 White Marsh Drive for Mr. Anthony Green. We're doing a repairability test. I'm just going to attempt to see if the shingles are repairable. These are some old shingles. We're not really sure how old, but I mean, if you look around, look at this. Wind damage like that doesn't occur on a brand new roof. There's also another one I noticed right there. I don't think we got this at the time of the adjustment, but like, that's crazy. We got some deterioration right there, and then so on and so forth. So if you want to come back here real quick, we got a Certainty Landmark Pro shingle where it's black, so it's not an exact color match, but it should do the trick. What we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt to replace this shingle without damaging pre-existing shingles. All right, let's get started. In order to do this properly, I do need to identify where the shingles are, or where the nails are above this. So I got a roof snake right here. I'm gonna do my best to not damage the pre-existing shingles. Okay. And all I need to do, I don't need to get the whole thing up. I just need to get this part where the nails are, right? Let's go. As you can see, I'm doing my best not to go above 45 degrees, but at the same time, see that? That's crazy. I think it's, there we go. All right, and then I gotta take off a piece of this one right here. Real quick before I continue, just like zoom in right here so you can see that these shingles that I'm lifting up are not damaged. The goal is to keep them that way. All right. Perfect, that was easy. Boom. All right. Now let's see where these nails are. I'm right at the end of the road right here, so I can't really get down lower than I already am. There we go. Right here. Oh, that's already coming off. That thing is rusted. Can you get down under here and show them? Look at how rusted that nail is right there. I don't know if you can see it. That's ridiculous. Okay. Dude, it's pretty much already popped out. Might even be able to just, that's crazy. Okay, there's one nail stuck in here, so I'm gonna have to lift this one up as well. There it is. Okay. There we go. All right, if you want to zoom in on this shingle real quick and show them where the creases are. You see that? And then the nails, none of them pulled out, so I'm gonna have to go back behind and pull them all out. Anyways, okay, so come down here. Still, the shingle's barely tampered with, right? It looks perfectly new. I'm gonna do my best to keep it that way without lifting it above 45 degrees. At the same time, I do need to pull these nails out. There we go. That's absurd. Look how rusted that thing is. It's crazy. I'm gonna continue on pulling these off. All right, perfect. It's hot out here, I'll tell you what. Okay. The most important thing is we use new nails. We can't use the same old ones. Alright. It's hot. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to cut this one to fit. Lynn, if you want to zoom in so they can see the gap, I'm gonna have to come back with another piece and cut it to fit because this shingle is not it's not a matching pair. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, as long as the nailing strip is covered, we should be good. If you want to zoom in here real quick. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting the nails here. Doing my best to not lift it above 45 degrees. Stuck. Boom. One down every 6 inches. Dude, I'm gonna need some water. Here we go. Oh, what is that? Okay. Let's see, one. Got one right here. And then got one more right here. Put one more in there just for good measure. Job my nails over here. All right. Now, if you want to come in here close, first off, we got obviously that shingle that's destroyed, right? If you want to zoom in, you see the fiberglass matting poking through right there. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna go to this shingle, right? So I put the nails in here. You see that? Get under here so you can see the nails. You see that?
Yep.
Okay, and then it's sturdy in there. Now, if we look at the top of this shingle, right? Look at that. I'm like not applying any pressure. This is loose. This one's already kind of loose. Look at the very top. You see how the granules are falling through? That is something the granules are literally falling as I do that. That's something I would consider a damage to the shingle. Now, I'm gonna have to come back up here and fill this little gap. Taking into consideration, I did as minimal as I possibly could to avoid damaging this shingle and that one, as well as the fact of we've got so many more damaged shingles just on this slope alone. Every shingle that I repair, like let's say I come back and I replace this one, I'm gonna have to replace this one. Then I'm gonna have to replace this one. And then it's gonna go so on and so forth to the point where it should be ridiculous to ask the homeowner to repair the majority of his roof and expect us to not have to replace even more than that. All I'm asking is if you guys could direct us on whatever approach you guys would recommend us taking in order to mitigate the damages that have occurred on Mr. Green's property. And we'd be happy to see how we can facilitate that. Thank you so much for watching.